Freestyle the news!
Freeze, I don't know where I be. Falling down the last century on your mansion like a tree. Pop off or you leave. Thoughts and prayers when you grieve. All the people who watch you drown till they end up keeping their seat. Yeah, does it feel like it's too much? Hurricane in your cup. In your head living rent-free like a worm baby who's stuck. Hit the stars if I rush. Break the curse with my buzz. Talking shit in that sabotage till I court date get you Trump. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yourself. Oh bitch you can't. Rodeo curves up on your show. I'm sorry Sam. The Snyder cut of A New Hope. You had to rant. Those fans watching you like a drone. At parties man, you know what the fuck they saying. Freeze, I don't know where I be. Luffy hitting like 80 baby, that Barbie movie won't be. Andy's room getting leaked. Grooming plans that he teach. Proud boys getting 15, but they end up keeping their seats. Hold up, America run by the oldest motherfuckers alive. You gotta check if you vote they survive. What in the fuck is we out of our minds? That shit is criminal. Ivan McConnell got Werther's originals. That bitch so old that he freezed at the interview. Biden be saying he just need an interlude. Everyone saying you motherfuckers are like 80 something. You should go have a nap. Y'all overstepping like China with maps. I throw a cone on your shit and it cracks. I make a gun to my core looking jacked. You the police who be Franke in the back. Don't give a lunch so she learn what she has. Hot as it gets in the back of the class, so I can't do the math, but I'm streaming my torture to make me some cash. Freeze, I don't know where I be. Falling down the last century in your mansion like a tree. Pop off or you leave. Thoughts and prayers while you grieve. And all the people who watch you drown, they all end up keeping their seat. That's fucked up. Happy 3-day weekend, motherfuckers! Hey, thank you guys so much for watching Freestyle the News. If you like what you heard, please hit that like button like a boulder getting hit by Chris Redfield's arm so it splits in half and you're like, how the fuck did you do that, Chris? That doesn't make any fucking sense. What are we real here? Is this like a real thing? Like, what are we doing? Also, leave a comment on your favorite bar. Quick update, then we're gonna go straight to the breakdown. We're in the last few hours where you can get a vinyl for the EVO 2023 album, and then it is gone. Impact is such a special project. We're doing so many cool things with it, and it's your last chance. So if you haven't done it already, the link is in the description. Go get yourself a vinyl. Second order of business, we submitted to Spotify, and we got rejected. That's my fault. I input things a little bit differently, so we resubmitted. And this time, ISRC codes are coming in. I put it for Tuesday, so we had a little bit more time, and we have all the August songs on this version as well. But again, smooth sailing from here on out. Also, last few plugs. We have a new good news short that came up. We have a new episode of Let 'Em Cook if you like video games. And we're gonna have an extended breakdown of today's show on TooSoonCrew.com. So Too Soon Crew members, you're gonna be eating good today. Anyway, let's go straight into the breakdown. We're gonna start off today by saying, oh my God, why the fuck are these people so old? Because I don't know if you thought I was talking about an incident that happened this week or weeks ago when Mitch McConnell froze in front of a bunch of reporters after being asked a question, and everyone collectively went, oh, I think we live in a gerontocracy. Not after Dianne Feinstein was, confined to a wheelchair. Not after Joe Biden fell asleep a bunch of times. Not after Donald Trump couldn't walk down a fucking ramp. Our first story is about Mitch McConnell's freeze and generally the age of everybody who fucking leads us. So look, let's start from the story. Mitch McConnell was recently taking a bunch of questions from the press when one of the people asked, hey, what are your thoughts about running for re-election in a couple years? Because naturally Mitch looks like a 134-year-old tortoise or, a tortoise. And Mitch laughs a little bit and then all of a sudden just freezes. He doesn't say anything. And then one of his aides comes up and says, Mitch, are you okay? Did you hear the question? And then tells the reporter, you need to speak up a little bit next time. To which the reporter in all of America goes, I don't think that's the problem. The ball's on the fucking handler there. But honestly, what else was she supposed to do? This looks really, really, really bad. And look, so for Mitch McConnell, a bunch of people have said like, hey, this is concerning, which is a good sign. He got cleared to go back on the floor and work a little bit more. But this should be a wake-up call, especially to people of my generation, because again, we live in a gerontocracy. I know we said that we're gonna eventually get there. We're there. And I shouldn't have to tell you why that's a bad thing, but I will because motherfuckers are like, but they have so much experience. No. The fact of the matter is, as time goes on, different generations have different perspectives. And if the majority of your people who are representing America are of an older generation when there's been insane amounts of technological advancements over the last literally just the last decade alone, you cannot expect people who are 70 or 80 to be hip to that kind of shit or even approach it in the way that the majority of Americans are approaching it. That's why you have weird fucking hearings where they're talking about the internet and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's why all politicians sound like fucking robots and their political campaigns are fucking embarrassing. Hell, the only millennial that we have running is Vivek Raman. I'm not even gonna mention him. He's like the boogeyman. If you say his name 3 times, he starts rapping Lose Yourself and everything goes off the rails at that point. And look, this leads to a lot of people wanting to disengage with the political system. Like, hey, I'm not represented. Why the fuck would I want to be a part of this? Especially with the way that legacy structures kind of squeeze out new candidates. They want people who are already in their whole system. And so less people who are my age run to try to impact change in some meaningful way. But look, I'm going in circles here. We have to stop putting abject faith in experience and legacy structures. I think there is a middle ground to be had where, like, hey, if democracy is on the line, yes, I will vote for old ass Joe Biden. But there are countless moments everybody has to try to elect fresh new people into local government, into state positions. There's a way to be politically active that's fresh and not the same old boring bullshit Twitter X drama fight that we've been having over the last few years. Because that, you can draw a straight line to that, to people like Mitch getting elected. So if you want my opinion, I think it's good that people are reasonably scared about what just happened with Mitch, even his own party, and maybe that'll start some of these conversations. But I don't think he's gonna lose his seat. I do think we're gonna have another showdown of Biden versus Trump. But I think looking to the future, millennials like myself and Gen Z, we have to be politically engaged more than just every 2 to 4 years to try to get new blood in there, because we aren't being represented the way we should be. And honestly, most Americans are not being represented the way they should be. But what are your thoughts? How do we end the gerontocracy? But anyway, that's kind of like a dark kind of subject to kind of think about. But yeah, man, if there's something hopeful on the horizon, what's that? What? The live action One Piece is good. The One Piece is real. Can we get much higher? So hard. I had to do it. If you've been on Twitter at all the last few days, you'll know that the impossible has happened. The live action One Piece is real. It's good. It's actually good. It released on Thursday and it's already #1 in like 50 countries. It's doing some amazing things. It's got an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. And most of all, it is faithful. It is faithful to the manga and the anime from which it sprung. Inaki Godoy is an amazing Luffy. It's getting a lot of buzz from people who aren't even fans of One Piece, and weird opinions from fucking IGN. But that's not news. I don't know why I said it. That's weird. That's like a normal thing. That's like a law of physics. And if you want my opinion on it, I love it. I actually really, really like this show. This is a beautiful adaptation. I had a really, really fun time watching it. I'm introducing it to my girlfriend right now, and she's like, oh, this is really, really fun. I've never seen One Piece. I'm enjoying it. But I am going to mention something, because while I want this series to succeed for there to be a season 2, this series cannot happen and cannot exist without actors and writers, because that shit is why this was so fucking good. The actors got it right. The writers wrote to the spirit of the manga and the source material while melding it with American Western sensibilities. That is so fucking hard. And if you think AI or ChatGPT can get anywhere near close to that, you're fucking insane. So look, I love the live action One Piece. It's actually very, very good. I'm very, very happy with it. But I do also want to call out that we still do have a strike going on. And if you want a season 2, which most of the people I've talked to want another season of this show, live action, throwing support to the writer's strike is a big part of it. The AMPCP should pay the writers what they're owed and the actors what they're owed, and understand that this industry is changing. There is enough for everybody to eat. There's enough for some of that technology to make even better shows. Can you imagine how good this fucking show will look like a year from now if everything gets resolved? They shot this during COVID. We are in a golden age of media, and the people who are making it need to be compensated better, because that will make the products better. So yeah, One Piece is great, but if you have a minute, tweet about the strike. Go fucking pick it or something. I'm gonna go pick it. You know, next week I'm gonna be out there. Send a message to the studios that, hey, you have some great shit on your hands. Now fuck you and pay them. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode. Please check out the good news short we did. Please check out Let 'Em Cook. And please check out last week's episode. And have an amazing Labor Day. My name is Tabani. I'll see y'all soon. Let's go!